Hi, Terry Freeburn with the real estate company Buy and Sell here in Peterborough. My wife Karen and I have been selling real estate for well over 30 years, since the late 80s. So we've seen a lot of market changes, downturns. I've even bought my first house I bought was in 1982, and the interest rate on the mortgage on it was 18.5%. They actually hit 21.5%. So I still remember those days, and it's different now than it was back then. So a lot of people have questions, especially if their mortgages are coming up for renewal. What should I do? Well, I think that the rates are going to continue to go up more yet. Inflation in the States is what they're trying to get a handle on in the United States, and in Canada here, unfortunately, we just kind of follow along behind them because if we don't, if they raise their rates and we don't raise ours here, the dollar is going to tank, and that would not be good for it'll make inflation even worse. So they'll have no choice here. But I think you're going to see the interest rates still go up some more yet. I think you'll see prices drop a little bit more yet. Now, this is my opinion on this, but I'm going to share some stuff on my screen here with you. Just give me a second here just to kind of pop over and let you have a look at some of this. So the real estate market in general has been slowed down quite a bit in our area. We're talking just Peterborough here, by the way, and I think we're going to see. It's traditionally it slows down this time of year in December, and right across the board, you'll see that happen as people, traditionally don't want to list their house right now, right? And people, a lot of people don't want to buy right now. They want to wait till, the weather's better, get past the Christmas thing. And, you'll see coming into the new year around mid-January, you see the market take off again. That's pretty traditional, right? I think you're going to see the market take off again once they get this inflation thing underhand. And the reason being is that there's still a lack of houses, like a still a lack of number of houses for the number of people here, and the amount of immigration that they're bringing into our area. It's going to put a huge impact and pressure on the real estate market, right? And all the municipalities are having issues and trouble, to put developments through. It takes years now, decades, for them to, get a subdivision going. And I think, there is some stuff going on in Peterborough, but nowhere near enough that, they need different locations, different areas with different price ranges that are, would be good for people. But anyways, and the cost of building is just out of hand. So I think you're going to see, once the Toronto market kind of settles down, starts taking off again, a lot of those people are going to want to move up to this area because they can work from home now with the internet and stuff like that. And you're going to see the market take off here again, just like it was, maybe even go past where the prices were. So our market peaked in March, as you're probably aware of, and it dropped. We've lost about 30%. And you can see here on my screen here, this is a report from Remax that they did. They're predicting a 3.3% drop in prices in 2023. I think that's probably my gut feel on it too. I think we're probably going to see, because we've already seen around a 30% drop in the market this year. And overall, like if you go down here, so the Toronto area, you can see here in the Toronto area, where the GTA, they're saying they may have a decrease of up to 11.8%. I think that's probably a little bit on the high side. I think you probably maybe not see that much, because we've already seen quite a bit of a drop in the prices. A lot of these reports were done, a lot of their information came from from the past market, right? And we're a little more up to date right now. So, and we've lost about 30% overall. So, but I think we're going to see, prices kind of leveling out right now. I'm going to show you the market stats for the MLS for our Peterborough area. And this is, here we go here. So the sales price, average sales price, let me pull that up. So you can see right here, so this goes back to 2017. And you can see where most of the prices, they kind of peak around, March, April, May. You can see if you get going along this graph here, here's where the peak was here. This was in March of 2022. And the average sale price then in Peterborough was 775,000. And in March, this is kind of interesting. So March was 775. And then that month, it lost $100,000 to 675. And then it recovered a little bit to 700. And then it dropped again, another 100,000, isn't that something? That's quite interesting. And then it went up again, recovered again to 615. And then it dropped again, right, to 570. And then it went up again. So it seems like it would do that, 1 month steep drop, then recover a little bit, then 1 month steep drop, recover a little bit. And then we're back up right now to around 582,000 for the average sale price. I think we probably have a little more room to drop there, but I think we're getting pretty close to the bottom because you can see here in October it was 585 and now it's 582. So, it slid a little bit, and I think it's expected that we're going to see a bit of a slide over December. Maybe partly into January, and then it's going to maybe recover a bit. But so anyways, that's kind of that. And the number of homes for sale, right? You can see how the number of listings here have increased, right? So we're about 161 properties at the end of November in Peterborough for sale. And you can see how it dropped. But look at this is interesting. Back in December of 2021, we only had it was 11 houses for sale. So that's why the market took off. There was just no inventory, right? There was nothing for sale at all. And the days on the market back then, you can see from 2021 right straight across here how the number of days on the market. What days on the market is that if you were to not bring any new homes on the market, how long would it take to sell the current inventory, right? Based on the number of sales. So they had back then you were looking at around seven days on the market to sell. And the reason that we're around 7, because a lot of people would list their house, hold off on offers for 7 days, and then take an offer and sell it. Because it was probably cheap. It would have been less than that if they weren't doing that. Right. And then you can see how the days in the market, when they started raising the rates, how the market, just the number of days in the market climbed. Right. And so right now we're around the 18 days in the market to sell. Right. And for the month's supply, right. So this is another thing here. You can see here, look at back in December of 21, there was only 0.1 months of supply. So not 1 month, but 0.1 of a month. And in June, it went up to 2, right? And now it's down to probably around 1.7. So, I would say on average, most of the houses right now on average are taking probably 2 months to sell, right? If they're priced right. And but they're still selling. Right. I think it's kind of a better seller's market and a better buyer's market overall. Less pressure on both sides. The only thing is for sellers, March being the peak, you would have got a lot more money for your house in March, but you would have paid a lot more if you were buying again. Right. As a buyer, you had to line up and basically cut your arm off to get a house. Back last year, it was just it was bizarre, but now it's a lot better for buyers. You can go in with offers, in a lot of cases conditional on financing, conditional on a home inspection, and negotiate a little bit on the price, but it's a lot less pressure, right? So anyway, so that's my market update. I think it's going to be very interesting coming into 2023. I don't think we're out of the woods yet for, you're going to hear a lot of news and a lot of stuff about the real estate market and how it's changing and going on. And until they get the inflation and the interest rates kind of leveled out, right now they're at 5.5% for a mortgage, which is traditionally, that's a good mortgage, right? But I know everybody got used to, 1.92% for quite a long time. So I don't know if we'll ever go back to those rates again. but I think this is kind of where we're at, and could be could be another year of this type of a market. So anyways, we'll see how it goes, and I'll report back to you when I see any other changes, maybe in the new year. Take care.